Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Theresa, and I'm here with another origami lesson for my friends and family that want to watch. Today I'm doing the kikuzara, or the chrysanthemum dish. So I've got this little guy here. And again, I'm using the double-sided paper for easy way for you guys to see it, but also it just looks really cool. So, let's begin. If you're only using one side, obviously color side down. If you're using double-sided, whichever one you want on the inside or the outside, doesn't matter. You can do colored on the inside and pattern on the outside, or vice versa. So we're going to take this, we're going to fold it in half into a triangle. And always make sure your corners are lined up nice and squared off. Nice tight creases. And then we're going to unfold that. And we're going to go the opposite direction so that we have like a X shaped. So you'll see here. And do the second one. And then once you have that, you should have an X. So that's a nice easy way to mark it off. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the corners, and we're going to fold it into the center where we made that little X. And we're just going to fold it in like that. And we're going to do that to all four. And you should have just like that. Okay, so once you have that, what we're going to do is we're going to fold it in half into a triangle in itself. So these ones are actually going to be on the inside. We're going to fold it half into a triangle again. So it'll be like a small triangle. Again, making sure you're lined up on the corner. And always with nice tight creases. Once you have that, we're going to fold it in half again into another small triangle. Just like that. Once you have this, what we're going to do is we're going to open one side, and it'll actually fold down on itself, and it'll make a square. So all I'm doing is holding this, and opening this flap here, and gently pushing down. And it'll line up this center with these pieces here, and then just pressing down on this, and you have a nice little square. And then we're going to flip it over, and we're going to do the same thing. So again, I'm holding this part here, opening this part here into a mouth, and gently just pushing this down so that it matches in the center. Just like that. So you should end up with what kind of looks like this. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 4 little corners. Okay? So the next thing we're going to do is a nice easy, just like the fold on a crane that we did the first time, we're going to do this. We're going to fold it in half on an angle towards the open end. So this is my open end. And we're just folding it into the center line. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Just like that. And then we're going to flip it over. And we're going to do the same thing. Just like that. And like that. So you should have just a nice little kite looking shape. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this piece and we're going to fold it along this mark here all the way across here, and we're going to fold it down just like that. Once it's folded, you can let it go. That's just there for a fold. Then we're going to unfold this line here, and we're going to open this back up, but we're going to hold everything else down. So what we're going to do is make it look like it's kind of yawning, and we're going to open it all the way back, right up to that mark that we made before. And we're going to pull it back, and we're going to reverse fold the lines that we have from the fold we just did. So you'll see the angle here, and I'm just going to do this one side here so you can see what it'll look like. So you see that here. So all you're doing is reverse folding on this side. So we already have this fold here. And then we're just pushing this so that it nicely folds the other side. Just like we did with the crane. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to open this. We're going to open it up nice and wide. Don't go past that fold we had from before. And then fold this one back on itself. Just like that. And again on this side. And voila. So you should end up with 2 tips here and 2 on this side. And you should end up with kind of legs. And what we're going to do is we're going to fold the wing back up on itself on both sides so that everything is same direction. Just like that. So now everything is pointing all the way back up. So you'll see here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're all facing the same direction. And the last thing we're going to do is we're going to take the 2 opposite ones, the 2 ones that are on the inside, and I want you to pull them apart really gently and give them one little pull. And it'll actually pop open and it'll fold itself into a dish. And that's that. If you want to make this into a dish, you can actually make kind of a waterproof or drip proof. You can actually use wax paper on the inside, glue wax paper to the one side, and once it's dry, then fold it. You have to be a little more careful, but once it's folded, it'll actually stay with the wax paper on the inside, and it'll hold, you know, you can make candies and put stuff in there, and then if it gets damp, the wax paper will protect the actual paper itself. So that's kind of a fun thing to do. The other option is you can actually put a string through the top of one of these little nooks here, through any side you want, and you can actually make it and hang it up, and then it's like a little star. The other trick with any origami, if you want to make it super nice and crisp so it won't fold out and protect it so it doesn't get wrecked, you can actually lightly spray it with hairspray, like extra spray. You spray it and then let it dry once it's made, and that'll actually protect it as well. So that one's always a fun trick. So that would be the chrysanthemum dish. Nice, quick, easy one for you guys today. Tomorrow I will do the flower here that I've got. So this is actually the iris. And the cool thing about the iris is you can make it an iris and then use either popsicle sticks or pipe cleaner, and you can make little flower bouquets. So if you put like 4 or 5 of them together, you can make a little flower bouquet. And if you want to make them smell, you can actually spray them with a little bit of perfume, and then you get a little bit of perfume flowers. So that's a fun way to give somebody flowers, especially if they're allergic to them. Or like my house, my cats like to eat them, so we don't have flowers in the house. So that one's always a fun one to do. So I'll do that one for you guys tomorrow. And I appreciate everyone who is taking the time to watch. And I will see you guys tomorrow.